Okay. Okay. Can you all hear me now? Can you all hear me now? Well, I'm sure you all can hear me now. So, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming on. And it shouldn't be an echo anymore. It should be clear at this particular point. And I'm glad that you all came on. First of all, my day is going great. It is going well. Um, Maybe a day ago, people said they doxed the church, they doxed me, and they did all of this stuff. And I'm fine. I am fine. So on Friday, I'll be meeting with the pastor and the board, and we're going to figure out what we need to do for the church. Now, let me tell you, my church is a protected category church. It's a radically inclusive church. People can come to my church, and, no matter who you love or who you marry, you can come. And so, we're going to sit down and see what we need to do and collect things that we need to collect. I'm fine. Again, I am not upset. It just goes to show you where people are. And we have a lot of sick people. We have a lot of people who don't even respect church to do what they do. So we'll figure out what we need to do. And I will be meeting with the pastor and the board. I don't know why people doxed the church. I guess they were trying to find out if I stole popcorn money or not. And I hope they got their answer, because I didn't. But people go with that stuff, and see how far we go now. First, I was stealing popcorn money. Now we're going to call the church and see if popcorn money was stolen. And that has gone on till let's dox the church and let's do these things. Now, like I said, I'm not upset. I am really just sad for people who don't have enough respect for people in their worship situation, trying to hurt and harm me because you're damaged and you're hurt and harmed. Now, if this is your form of entertainment and this is what you all get a laugh out of, then it says a lot about you all. I don't think it's funny. Again, I think it's sad. I'm not upset, but this is where you all go. And I hope that you got your answer. I don't have to steal anything. And really, I didn't really say a lot about it, because when you know, you know. But when you have to go to this point of depravity and to harass churches, you have a real big problem. You have a real big problem. So I'm fine. I'm okay, you all. I've just been working. And again, I didn't even know what was going on until someone reached out to me. And I'm like, what? Really? And I didn't even know what's going on, because, again, I do not watch a lot of these people. And at the end of the day, my focus is on other things. I talk about things that I want to talk about. I talk about things that I think that are critical. That's what I do. That's what I do. And so that's what I do. I don't have time to talk about all of these content creators, because, again, I don't watch them. Um, But that's all I really have to say. I really don't know the response that they wanted me to have. I don't know if I was supposed to be angry or belligerent, but all I'm going to say is I'm going to leave it to God. I'm going to leave it to God, and I'm going to leave it to the authorities. And that's it. I'm going to leave it to God and the authorities. People are really sick. People are really sick. And this is what I'm going to say. It's not important to you until it happens to you. And this stuff that's going on, subscribers and content creators alike, it's not important to you until it happens to you. And I hope when it happens to you that people treat you with dignity and respect, because it's going to happen. And so, it's me today, but it may be you or your favorite content creator tomorrow. And I just think it's sad. So that's my thoughts about it. So we will be meeting again, like I said, and they're going to figure out if they need to call the San Antonio Police Department to see what's going on. Because again, you all, church is doing really serious business. They are feeding a lot of the people who don't have food. They do a lot of work with the homeless. They do a whole lot of things. And for people to be calling for that type of foolishness is unacceptable. So again, all I know is I'll be meeting with the pastor, and we'll be meeting with some authorities to see what we need to do for that. And that's all I can say to you all. I'm really not upset. I'm just like, wow, this is what people feel entertainment is, to call a house of worship for foolishness like that. But that's the kind of people that you're dealing with. And it's not so much of me leaving the beef sector. I just don't get into the arguments and the foolishness. It was a season. The season is now up. And I'm just sorry that people really, really feel this way. It's one thing that they want you to leave and you should leave. But then it's like, it's almost like a stalker. It's almost like somebody who needs you, and they will harm you to do anything because they really have admiration for you. They just can't admit it. So I think that's what it's about. And I just think it's sad. So y'all, let these people do what they have to do. I'm just going to leave it up into the hands of the board and the authorities, and they're going to figure out what they need to do for those people who are constantly doing this. And that's all I can say. I just think it's sad. I mean, I'm okay. I'm fine. But yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, you all, that's it. And let people keep on doing what they're doing. Everybody has their day. Everybody has their season. I am not mad, but what I am going to do is I'm going to continue to pray for them, and I'm going to hope for the best. And that's it. And all of this thing talking about leaving and coming back, it's none of that. Again, if you want me to attack people for your entertainment, I'm not there anymore. When we were roasting and gagging, it was a whole different era. We were in a whole new different season. We were dealing with people who could actually roast and gag back, and we knew what that was. We're not in that season anymore. We're in a season of really demented, dark, angry people. We're not in that season. And I'm not going to do that because you all want entertainment for this. I ain't calling nobody church. I'm sure there's a lot of information floating around with people and stuff there, but I don't play that stuff. You don't do that stuff. So I have not gone anywhere. I'm right here. You all are right here right now. So I don't know where you leave, but when you say leaving, when you're talking about this roasting and gagging and acting crazy and doing this and all of that stuff, no, absolutely not. Now I know I'm not going to be liked because of speaking the truth and asking people maybe for receipts and all of that stuff, but I don't have to do that. And let me say this, when Phi went to Wildish Church, I didn't think that was right either. I did not think that was right either. However, you know, that's y'all don't see that. And I'm not Phi. I have never stepped foot into someone's church. I've never stepped foot into someone's place of employment. I've never done that. So please don't equate me to someone who may have done that. And again, this is how we get off track again. And this is not Phi going to Wildish Church, because even when that happened, I still didn't think it was right. So my point is, it's not right. And if this is the entertainment you all want, I'm sorry, I'm not there. I know that particular individuals want me to lash out and curse and act crazy with people, which I did when I was doing my entertainment skit and all of that stuff. But this is not entertainment. This is real life. It's a new season. It's 2024. It is time for me, and I cannot speak for any other content creators, but it is time for me to move away from that. I am sure many people have said many things about me. I couldn't tell you what they said. You know why I couldn't tell you what they said? Because I'm not watching them. Now, I have commented on a few things because I thought they were worth commenting on. But all I'm going to say is, I ain't upset. I'm getting ready to go right back off of when I finish this lunch break and go right back to work. And again, I have spoken with the pastor, and we're going to meet on Friday. And we're gonna do that Friday, and that's it. And let me say this: I don't have a problem with people doing that. We can do whatever they want to do. But I will say again, it's not funny. You're putting other people at risk for your entertainment. So do what you need. I haven't looked at Blazing. I haven't looked at Blazing, and y'all see, you all are bringing up people. And when I tell y'all, I have really not, because my mindset is not there. But God always wins in the end. And I'm going to let them do what they need to do. And I'm just coming to let you all know that I'm aware of what's going on. I'm not alarmed about what's going on. We'll get together and see what we need to do and how we need to do this and proceed. And that's it. Now, if you all think that's entertaining, y'all go with it. And I'm not beating people up, but I don't think that kind of stuff is entertaining on either watch. And again, it went right from popcorn and right on from something else. And I just don't want anybody to get arrested. I don't want somebody to go to jail or have to pay court costs. But you gotta be careful with what you do. And that's all I will say. And regardless of what we did in the past, because again, YouTube was the wild, wild west, but you learned from it and you got to change and do better. Because at the end of the day, this stuff will come back and backfire on you. And all I'm going to say is this. I don't want anyone to lose employment or be violated or close to losing employment. And I really, really, and this is me personally, I can't speak for everyone, but I really have a problem when people try to get people fired from their jobs. And especially when we are Black people. And I think that's terrible. And I think, again, that's terrible. I mean, it's no way to put it. It is. I don't have to like you. I could think you are the most despicable person in the world, but I'm never trying to put you out in the street or take anything away from you. And again, if you all think that's entertainment, continue. But when it happens to you, and when somebody does that to you or your favorite content creator, I just say give it time. I'm not here to argue and fuss with people. I really am not. I think that's what people want, but I won't do it. I cannot do it. And if I bother you that much, I'm going to say this too. If I bother you that much virtually, that you feel that you have to do this, then the problem is not me. The problem may be you. The problem may be you. I should not have that much power or that much space in your mind for this kind of behavior. And the real person you hurt is yourself. And I mean, really, I could never despise and hate somebody to the point to stoop to this level. It doesn't make any sense. It's not normal. It is not healthy. I used to look at what people would say, and this is why I don't look at comments anymore. The most vile, disgusting things you could ever think of. And I'm like, and I don't even know these people. I don't even know these people personally. We are dealing with some really unstable individuals. And again, you are really having some issues when you will interrupt and disturb and call churches for this type of stuff, all in order to hurt me. Let me be the first to say, I am the church. It is not a building. It is a group of people. I am the church individually, and I am the church collectively, not that building. And I just think you all have some big issues. So I'm getting ready to go. I'm not hurt by this. I'm not shaken. I'm just surprised that grown people, and I'm talking about people who are 30 or above, would do something like this. But all I will say is this, and this is the last thing I will say, because I like to repeat things. I like people to know what's going on. I will be meeting with the pastor on Friday to discuss how people should move forward with this situation. And from there, we'll let the chips fall where they may. I just think that y'all doing a lot. Y'all doing a lot for entertainment. I don't know. No, you don't have to be sorry, Ken. You don't have to be sorry. Don't be sorry to me. Feel sorry for the individuals who did it. You don't have to be sorry for me. Don't be sorry for me. I appreciate that, Ken. And I appreciate Kimmy for reaching out as well. And it was some more people, Braille, and a lot of people reached out to say, because they would say, hey, and I was like, what's going on? And so they reached out. But don't be sorry for me. Don't be sorry for me. I appreciate that. But you need to be sorry for those people who are doing that. And it is a form of harassment. And like I said, I'm not a judge and I'm not making the decisions. I'm not calling those shots, but I will be there. And so yeah, it is stalking. And you all, like I said, you all see what's going on. You see what's happening. I don't mention these individuals. I don't visit those individuals' web pages or their YouTube platforms. Since 2024, all I have been talking about and focusing on is either politics, celebrity news, or things that I deem important, in the beef sector. I don't know. I don't know. We will find out. I'm sure the church has logs of the phone calls and they have the ID and identification. And so I'm sure they'll do what they need to do, you all. But that's the type of things that we're dealing with. And again, I'm going to say this. Old beef sector, at least when I was here and with the people who I dealt with, we didn't do this kind of foolishness and we moved right on. So that's it. Whoever this fake pastor is, it has nothing to do with this because, again, I always told people if you thought I was doing anything criminal, call the police, call the cops. See, and that's one thing. And what you don't realize is you're not affecting me. You're calling an organization. Call an organization. So that's all I got to say about it. And I have done nothing criminal. And I haven't put people's addresses out and I haven't told people where you can go find folks' churches and stuff. No. Mm-mm. I know a lot of people say, well, you did, because it's just like saying, I done moved to California or I done moved down the street. So so I'm in an old house now. Oh, you did this but the person don't live there no more. Again, that's a stretch. I'm not worried about that. And I'm not here to argue with people. I'm right here in the present. I'm not here 2 years ago and I'm not here 5 years ago. I'm right here in the present. I'm here right in the present. And see, I'm not concerned about that. And it's to the point now where we will have a meeting to see how we need to go forward with this and if we need to get authorities or legal involved. That's all I'll say about that. So don't feel sorry for me. And this is not who feel sorry for Jay call. It's not that. It's I'm okay. Because a lot of people were concerned. A lot of people were like, are you all right? I heard what they did. And I'm like, what? And like I said, I didn't know all of this until maybe a day or two ago. Because again, I'm not looking at those people's pages. I don't know what they're doing from day to day because I don't go listen to them. But obviously they're coming over to listen to me. And I think it's something else. Rodney, I'm not going to start accusing people because just like I told people that you can't accuse folk, I can't accuse Ronnie Q. I can't accuse anybody because number one, I wasn't there to take the call. I wasn't there to take the call. I wasn't, but I'm sure that I'm sure that the church has all of that information and they can do what they need to do. So I'm not going to start blaming people. I'm not going to start saying, well, who could have done this or who could have done that? I'm not doing that because, again, that's speculation and I do not know. So we'll find out. And that's going to be a problem too, y'all. Look, I could say a lot of stuff, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut because it doesn't help people to do certain things, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Just know that I'm okay. Just know that yeah, just know I'm okay and I'm fine. I cannot understand for the life of me. Like I said, I don't stalk these people. I don't call these people to jobs. I don't do XYZ. And a lot of people bring up Deanna Irving about, you put her house out. Deanna didn't live in that house anymore. Those two homes that were shown were that they were her former residence. You can't knock on her door and she's there anymore. Those were former residents. What that was about was embarrassment, pretty much. And I get it, with my, two payments being put in the back and, doing that. So that's why I'm not upset. It comes with the course, it's par for the course. And I guess she was mad and embarrassed about that. But she doesn't live in there. Now, I can tell you though that people who really didn't like her put her current home up and all of that. They put that up there. And so I think that's really serious. I mean, a former home, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm not concerned about that because that was 5 years ago. I'm dealing with what's happening now. I'm dealing with that you all are calling a religious organization. And, again, and, people like it's about stalking and harassment. It is what it is. But yeah, people calling this church. And like I said, I don't know what the church is going to do. I know I'm okay. I will be there on Sunday. I reached out to the pastor and we spoke, and they think it's really serious that people would do this um, over a stupid popcorn sale because people say I was stealing money. And again, I did you get the answer? Did I steal the money? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'm just looking at this. Did I steal the money? Because at the end of the day, I'm still here and I'm not serving jail time because I don't steal. That's the whole bottom line. I don't steal. So I guess you thought it would be funny to do that, but now, like I said, people are really looking into what's going on. No, Paulette. No, that's not it. That's not it at all, Paulette. There's other things, Paulette, but that's not it. I'm not putting this on Joyce or Kimmy. Mm-mm. I'm not putting it on this. See, you all. Let me say this. And let me be very clear. I am not putting this on anyone because I wasn't present. To be honest, really, to be honest, I really didn't speak to the people who I only found out about this from. I only found out about this from the people who hit me up. Um, I knew, and let me say this: I knew with them popcorn sales and reaching my goal, I knew, and I had a suspicion that someone would do this. So I had a chat with the pastor and the person who ran that fundraiser to make them well aware of what was going on. Now, I only spoke with the pastor. I didn't speak with all of the people or the persons who may have received the call and all of this. Didn't see the footage in the video of if somebody came in and taped or not. I didn't see that. I really did. That was not my thing. Didn't see it. So I don't know about that. Can't really answer to that. And that's personal stuff. Whether you like my singing or not, that don't bother me. I know what I have to do, and that's it. That doesn't bother me. That's the thing is calling people for things that are not pertinent when they deal with a lot of stuff with people having mental issues and, like I said, people who need food and they don't need their lines tied up for this kind of stuff. So again, it's not about me, and I'm not about to accuse people of doing things because, again, I don't know who called because I wasn't there. However, I'm sure they do have the phone logs, and I'm sure they have all of the stuff where they can trace numbers back. I'm sure they have it. I mean, I have no doubt. So I'm going to let them handle that because it's not in my, let me say this, it's not in my hands of what they do. They wanted to know they want to know, was I okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. So again, it's not up to me to make that decision. They will decide how they'll handle it because, again, it's a church that I attend. I'm not the pastor of the church. It's the church I attend. And that's it. I will say this before I leave. There was someone who sent me a picture of someone in their worship service, and they so wanted me to put it out. And I'm like, I will not do that. I do not hate people. I do not, and I really mean that. And it could have been a whole fiasco because, again, even though I may not have a great relationship with that person, I am not willing to put that person's congregation in danger with these people because we don't know who we are dealing with on these YouTube streets. I think these people do a lot of stuff for short term. Oh no, I'm not deleting anything. I'm not because that's what people want. I'm not deleting anything. No one should have to delete anything. We don't do that. Bob, I'm sorry. It's not that kind of church. It's not that kind of church. I'm sorry. We don't do that. But I just think that people need to be very careful. The law has caught up with a whole lot of things. And I just think people need to be careful. That's all. And my thing is, I have not broken the law. I do not deal with these individuals. I don't know if these individuals are hurt from past experiences, but that's not my issue. And I think that people need to be very careful in what they do because it may not get you today, but it'll catch up with you tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not the one calling churches, and I never thought that anyone calling the church was great. I know people want to say, "Well, XYZ did it," but that wasn't me. Now, if you would have saw me laughing and there for that, that would have been one thing. But I don't get down like that. I do not get down with that. I wasn't happy when people were calling King Roman's job again. Again, should King Roman have to leave? King Roman does his stuff. King Roman does what he needs to do. But should he have to leave? I don't think so. I just think that we have some sick individuals. And I don't think he should leave either. It was very uncalled for for somebody to even do what they did to him. I think it was very uncalled for. So, so anyway, thank you all for being concerned about me. I'm okay. Um, and the congregation, they're going to figure out what they're going to do, and that's it. I mean, these people, it's just, yeah. I like I said, even with the ghetto intellect issue, I just think it's crazy. I don't even know ghetto intellect that well, but because he was ghetto and intellectual, did that bother some people? That bothers some people because the man was what he said he was, and that he had a great job. And did it make somebody mad to the point where I don't like you and I just want to ruin you and this is what I want to do because I really don't like myself? Any decent person wouldn't do anything like this. Any decent person, and that's the key word. Any decent person. No one should do this. And I'm here to let you know. You can roast me and you can gag me. You can do X, Y, Z, so on. But you know, I'm not going to call your job. I'm not going to knock on your door. I've always said this is YouTube and it's not that serious. But again, some people, it is very serious. And I'm not leaving San Antonio. You all see, you will let people run you off and do stuff like that. And I guess this is why we as a people, for the most part, are still, some of us, in our same condition. Because we let people run us off. We let people run us off. I have a right to be on YouTube, just like anyone else has the right to be on YouTube. I have the right to change my mind and say, hey, this is where I'm going now. The roasting and gagging worked for me when I was doing it. It was great. It was beautiful, but it's not me now. It's time to move on. It's 2024. Did it for 5 years, and now it's time to go. And I'm going to do something different. So I have a right to do that. I have a right to do that. And I shouldn't be harassed that's crazy. That's like somebody coming to your house and doing XYZ and you're going to move because somebody did that. The difference is that it's virtual, and with virtual things, we don't have the law, or we don't have, because it's a wild, wild west right now. And it has not been legislated like it should. But you shouldn't have to leave. I am going to watch Monique on Club Shay Shay. I heard it was interesting, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's it, you all. And again, I am not upset. I am going to go on and watch that, you all, for the interview. I'll watch it on my other break, but I'm getting ready to go now because the break is almost over. But let me say this, and I'm going to be real. I am not angry at people. I am praying that you do better. You do better. I'm not going to fight evil with evil. I just hope you do better. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm going to do my show as I deem fit. And I hope you do better. I pray God's mercy on you and God's grace on you. I'm not getting ready to roast and gag anybody. I'm beyond that. And regardless of what you think about me, regardless how you feel about me, that's your issue. That's not mine. And what you're doing is manifesting who you really are. You're manifesting your anger. You're manifesting your insecurity. You're manifesting your evil and hate. And I am not that type of person. And I'm not going to manifest that. Can I roast and gag? Yes. But I'm not going to even do that because I think that a lot of people got seriously hurt because they got roasted by me. I guess they got seriously hurt because what they said about me really didn't bother me. And I guess they're hurt because even though they're putting things out, it still doesn't bother me. And when you try to destroy someone, you only destroy yourself. And I believe that. When you try to hold someone in the ditch, you got to stay right down there with them. And I refuse to stay down there. I just can't. I'm in a new place. I will not manifest this trash. I will not manifest this crap. Now, do they need me at the church to, go through some things? Yeah. If they press charges, it is what it is. Look, it's the church's decision. They gonna do what they gonna do. They may not. I don't know. But my church is for people who are gay, straight, transgender, homeless, people who have homes. It is a radically inclusive church. And I will say, in this atmosphere of people doing crazy things at places of worship, I think you all need to really, really think about the long-term implications. And this is not a threat. I'm just asking you to think about the long-term implications. Don't let your hatred for me put you in a jail cell. Don't let your hatred for me have you paying out money in court costs because you hate me. Don't let your hatred for me get you in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. And the popcorn situation still went well. The church did exactly what it needed to do. I was glad that I could be a blessing to them. And I said, and I just think it's really funny because again, I never, and I'm not explaining. I am explaining, but it has to be logical. I never touched the money. You set up a store, but everything goes to the church. So I know who got popcorn, but none of that money came to me. I didn't set up that. I'm not the originator of that. That was the church's event, and I just happened to participate. Now, one thing you should know is that I do a lot for my congregation, a whole lot, and I'm all in when I'm in. Somebody said, I saw you singing all the parts. Yeah, because half of the choir weren't there. We're in a situation where a lot of people are out. And so when we have a skeletal choir, I got to do what I got to do. And I'm not ashamed of that. It is what it is, you know, but that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. And so I am proud that I could raise funds to help my congregation. I'm not ashamed of that. And I will not be ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed that I go to a church that is radically inclusive. I'm not ashamed of that, where everyone is welcome. Not ashamed of that at all. So I just think that we have to do a little bit better. And again, pray for those people who did it. I'm not accusing anyone because again, I don't know. I wasn't there. And truly it's a skeletal mind frame of it because I knew when I made my goal, I'm like, let me let my pastor know that, we may have some people who are a little loose and may do some things that are, not good. And I called it right. And that's what happened. And then you all told me what was going on. And then she kind of confirmed, like, yeah, you were right. Some of these people have called. And I'm like, well, let's meet, and see what we can do about it. Now, let me say this to you all. I'm not over the Department of Music. I just attend the church. I'm not the director. I just help out. So I can't get fired from something that I don't have at the church. I just attend. I don't have to be the lead. I don't have to be in the front and meaning you have to have a position to work. I just attend the church. That's it. I attend. I'm gonna say one more thing, you all, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna say one more thing and I'm done. I rarely join churches anymore. I fellowship with churches. And I'm gonna leave it right there. So if you thought I was gonna get kicked out, I fellowship with churches. I rarely join them. I fellowship with them. So yeah. Um yeah. Rochelle, I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't. And let me say here, it's not a scare tactic. I'm not here to scare people. Because I really don't know what they do. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna pursue criminal charges or civil. I don't know what they're really gonna do. I don't. I really don't. So yeah, all I'm just saying is I just think it's sick. I think that people need to really grow up at some point in time. And I'm not trying to make people feel bad or look bad or something, but you know, I was doing the roasting and gagging for 5 years and it gets old. And I told you all at some point in time it's gonna be a done deal. Um, Not concerned about the numbers. People are like, oh, your numbers down. I still come on, but it's not about the numbers. It's about doing what I got to do. I'm going to go watch that Club Shay Shay interview with Monique. And y'all got about 7 more minutes and talk about that. So, because I think that's important. So I'm going to do that. And that's it. So, but you can't shame me for going to church. Can't shame me for doing worship. And this is the thing. And I'm gonna end it with this, and hopefully this makes sense. You all ridiculed and maligned me for being a great roaster and gagger, but you shouldn't do this. And you call yourself a pastor. You call yourself this, and the third. And I had to endure with that. And it really didn't make any difference to me because at the end of the day, I know that was my act. I know that was my show. That was Jay the entertainer. That was Jay giving the folk what they want because I was always serious about that. This is a show. That's a show. This right here is a little different. It's a show, but it's not the Jerry Springer type show. It's almost like Oprah, and I'm not saying that I'm Oprah, but it's a thing where she used to do the Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer, Geraldo, Jenny Jones type thing, and then she turns around and does something totally different because she knows that it's going to get old and it's time to move on. Now, like I said, I'm not Oprah, but that's how I felt. I felt that the material was stale. I felt that, I didn't want to look at people's pages. And again, I couldn't be successful roasting and gagging and not looking at the people. Because I'm not trying to look at the people anymore. Because I'm really tired of seeing what I'm looking at. And what I'm looking at is not funny. What I'm looking at is a tragedy. I just, and you get tired of it and you move on. But now that I've moved on and start talking about some things that are a little bit more different, now we got problems. And you can't win from losing. That's all I'm saying. You cannot win from losing. And you cannot run away from trials, tribulations, and problems because you're going to find them in the next place. Just because you go to Arizona or just because you go to New York, if you are having issues in Cincinnati, you're going to have issues in them same places. At some point in time, you got to stand up and say, this is enough is enough. And I'm not moving and I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to do my vlogs, but I am not doing it the way it was done. So to Deanna Irving, God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. I don't have issues with you. I am not Jay Wilson, the entertainer. I am Jay Wilson, Jay Wilson. Now, I don't know your issue, but that's your issue, and you take that up with God. But God bless you. I don't even talk to Blazing. I never knew I had something with Blazing. And it doesn't matter because you don't even have to have anything with these people. People will find something. God bless you. Whoever took the tape or whoever did that, God bless you. I don't have anything against you all. But don't let your hate for me cause you to affect other people and affect yourself. And that's all I can say. So I'm out, you all. I'm going to go check out Monique. Be blessed, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love. Hey, Fly Uchi. Hey, S. Hutchinson. Again, MB, all the ushers. Again, I want to thank those people who hit me up. I know Braille hit me up to see if I was okay. I know that Kimmy hit me up to see if I was okay. And, I know Kimmy said some things, I guess, but I didn't even go watch her. But she was a decent enough person to say, I don't think what they did was right. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of those people who happened. So that's it. Grown Folk TV, let me say this. I'm not accusing anyone. And this conversation in here is not about accusing anyone because I really don't know. I wasn't there. Number one, I knew when my popcorn sales did well, I knew it was going to be a problem from jump. So I had a discussion with the pastor. Then two or three people hit me up maybe yesterday to say they were reaching out to the church. And then I finally talked to the pastor and, she knew bits and pieces, but we'll figure out what's going on in the long run. So I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything. I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything. I don't know. The phone logs and the phone logs and the telephone company, I guess, will determine that. And from the time and all of that stuff, I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody. I really don't know, to be honest, you all. But personally, I don't think it's acceptable. Personally, I don't think it's right. But that's me personally. And my standards and my ethics may be a little different than other people. But that's it. Well, look, y'all, I got to go because now I got 2 more minutes. But thank you all for coming over. I appreciate the time. I appreciate your well wishes and your prayers. I am okay. I'm fine. I am not angry. I am none of that. I just hope that people, do better. That's it. You're not hurting me. You're hurting yourself. Even with the situation with the hospital and the things that happened, it worked for my good. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If God is my witness, all things work together for the good for those who love the Lord and are called to according to his purpose. I know that I love the Lord, and I know that I'm called according to his purpose, regardless of what people think. And what the devil meant for bad, God will always work it out for your good. And I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about anybody. He will always work it out for the good. And it seems like the bigger the issue, the more God shows himself or God's self. So this is why I'm not leaving. If I'm going to leave because I want to leave. If I'm leaving because I'm tired and it's time to go. Not because you pushed me out. It's because I'm ready to leave. But all things are working together for my good. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what the good is. I can't even share my success in a popcorn fundraising because everybody ain't happy for it. But let me say this. What I can tell you is that all things really work together for the good. So I don't need no crying, don't have to cry for me. But what I do want you to do is continue to pray for me. That's what I want you to do. And to continue to keep me lifted up. So don't cry for me. Don't say, Jay, I'm so sorry this happened. Just pray for me and pray for those people who find this humorous, I guess. Pray for them. I'm okay. I'm fine. Because all things do work together for them who love the Lord. Regardless of what you think for me, I love the Lord and I know I'm called according to his purpose. So it's working out. And what the devil stole, he has to definitely give it back 7 times. And so God has done that. I'm telling you, I have a testimony. You got to go through the test. If there's no test, there is no testimony. And I thank God for the test. So you all be encouraged. I'll talk to y'all later. I got to get back. Peace and love.